What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to my Let's Play of WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, where each show could be the last episode. I don't know, there's no calendar. Will this episode be WrestleMania, or will it be just another episode of Raw? I don't know. Anyway, continue. We'll find out. Okay, looks like Raw. We have...
Okay, Christy, Stacy.
All right.
Let's go through tonight's schedule one more time.
Relax,
First,
King.
we've got a bikini contest, followed by a bra and panties match. And then there's the Diva Talent Show and the evening gown match. And then you two in a pie-eating contest. Oh, I love Raw.
I never thought I'd see it. Jerry the
So,
King Lawler as
I have off for the night,
general
I guess.
manager of Raw.
Okay, girls. I've got to deal with some serious business here. I'll see you two later tonight.
Yeah. Who wrote this again? Was it King himself? Was that his suggestion? Seems like it.
Okay, Lawler. If you're about done hitting on the divas...
Hold it right
Game's
there.
freaking out again.
First
I'm sorry.
of all, watch your tone. I'm the interim general manager of Raw, so you need to respect the position. Now, I'm not a jerk like the coach, but I'm not going to be a pushover like him either.
Fair enough. But what are you going to do about Triple
Jeez,
H,
man, this is
Ric
really
Flair,
freaking out.
and Chris Jericho? I've taken about all
They're
I'm
like...
going to take from them. And if you don't do something about them, I'm going to take matters into my own hands.
That's exactly what I was hoping you'd say. Look, regardless of how I feel about you, you won a title match at the Royal Rumble, and you're gonna main event WrestleMania. I don't like the idea of Ric Flair or Chris Jericho ruining Raw's biggest match of the year.
Oh, First Blood.
So I'm
okay.
going to give you a chance to do something about it. I've made a First Blood match for you tonight against your choice of either one of them. So who do you want to take out? I mean, take on.
Nature Boy. If anyone's gonna bleed, it's gonna be Nate. That's what he's good at. First Blood match, baby!
Well, guess who just sat down in the seat next to me? Raw's own interim general manager, Jerry the King Lawler. I didn't expect you to be out here for tonight's main event.
You know me, JR. I'm not cut out for a desk job. There's nowhere I'd rather be than behind this announce table, despite the fact that I have to share it with you. Besides, my last act as general manager tonight was to ban all other superstars from ringside, and I want to be able to enforce that if I have to.
All right, then. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Well, there's a man who certainly appreciates your efforts tonight.
Come on, JR.
Yep.
You know I didn't do it for him.
I certainly do.
I was protecting Raw's main event match at WrestleMania.
Anyhow, stare down. Welcome to a fine Tuesday. First and foremost, to issue a correction from yesterday, I mistakenly stated that Jinder was in the Social Outcast. He was not. That was Adam Rose. I don't know why I was thinking of the Outcasts. What I should have said instead was, when you thought of the tag team of Hardbody Mahal and Handsome Rusev, if you were to pick one of those guys to be the first guy to reach the world title, it'd be Rusev, not Jinder. That was the point I was trying to make, but I totally botched it. Again, what else is new? Hard to go a week here on this show without botching something, so I always try to issue corrections when, I get things screwed up. Funny enough, trying to talk for a living is not as easy as you might think it is when you've got 8,000 other things to think about at the same time. So, let's get to today. Not a whole lot going on. I kind of scrolled through my social media this morning from Raw last night, and not a whole lot of people actually discussing Raw. So I can't imagine that much significant happened because nobody was saying anything about it, right? But I did hear that there's the return of like the original Goldust, which is pretty cool. I would assume for his quote-unquote last run. I hope it's just not R-Truth. I hope it goes further than that, because certainly if there's anybody who deserves it, it's gold dust. But I hope he brings the wig back. Like, that was a part of that integral to that original character was the wig. Like, obviously, I don't think they'll get his ex-wife back, but, you know, that was kind of a thing at the time. So there was that, and then there was the mystery Enzo Amore assailant, which, you know, I suppose we'll find out about in the coming weeks, which could be cool, as long as they don't go with, like, the most predictable thing possible, and that it was Big Cass. Like, alright, if you want to have that team split up, I don't agree with it. I think certainly that they become a bit stale, but honestly, I feel like the reason that they become a bit stale is the same reason that what happened to the New Day, is that they, there goes the chair, just vanished. It just vanished. It's the same issue with the New Day. They were constantly fresh and fresh and fresh for like 6 months or whatever, and then they ran out of material because just the week-to-week grind of having to present fresh material can be tricky, right? And specifically with Enzo and Cass, it feels like that they kind of redid a lot of their NXT material, which was all great, but then they kind of ran out of it. And it was like, alright, well now you have the Raw writers, and the Raw writers are not as good as the NXT writers, clearly. So that was the problem there. So I kind of hope it's somebody, like, new, or somebody fresh, or, you know, I kind of hope it's a surprise, because if it's Big Cass, that's kind of, you know, anticlimactic, in a way. But if they're looking to have him do a big singles run, that would not surprise me in the least. And Ric Flair busted wide open for, like, the 4,000th time in his career, because he's Ric Flair. Woo! Woo! That's the end of your main event. A match type you will never see again in wrestling, so is what it is. Or at least, you know, not on main big wrestling. Like, WWE is not going to ever do a First Blood match again because it had to be PG now, which is probably why Bad Blood got changed to Great Balls of Fire. Next up on Raw, I fight Chris Jericho again, even though I beat him twice yesterday, but now he has Triple H in his corner, so that could definitely go poorly for me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are,
all right,
just 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. And it looks like Triple H and his henchmen aren't done yet with the #1 contender. Aren't you going to do something about this, Mr. General Manager?
Now, JR, I told you, I'm not cut out for that corporate stuff. Mr. McMahon has appointed a new general manager, and he told me that we'll find out who it is later tonight.
The only bit of news business I have here for today is that the Ric Flair 30 for 30 on ESPN will be on September the 8th. So definitely looking forward to watching that. I thought their XFL thing was excellent and really, really good. So looking forward to seeing what they do on the career of the Nature Boy, styling and profiling and whatnot. Because thankfully that the XFL thing was not a fluff piece. You know, it did not shy away from all of the messed up stuff that went down with the XFL and whatnot. So if we get a nice honest look at the career of Ric Flair, that could be really cool. So we'll see how it pans out in September. I'm surprised they didn't have it kind of air near SummerSlam, kind of have, you know, a cross promotional type deal for that, but is what it is. Production schedules are, you know, what they are, and TV time is expansive. So, ding! In any event, let's see if we can take down Chris Jericho. Obviously, it is Tuesday, which means that tonight is the first SmackDown with the World Champion, the Maharaja, Hardbody Mahal. And I think if they put on an amazing episode of SmackDown tonight, then that may assuage the people who are very critical of this new World Champion. Which, again, as long as I'm entertained, they can do what they want. I think that's kind of the most important part. Now, I don't think he's a great wrestler, but, you know, you don't necessarily have to be a great wrestler to put on amazing matches. Hulk Hogan was never a great wrestler. I mean, he had a handful of matches in Japan that were, you know, more work rate. But he put on entertaining matches. So there's that. I don't know. We'll see how the Maharaja does on SmackDown. I'm very, very curious. I think a lot of eyeballs on that show tonight to see how he does on his first show as champion. Or they could totally have Randy Orton invoke his rematch clause and have him win the belt back. It's possible. Anything is possible in wrestling. It's live. You never know. You never know. Alright, Chris Jericho tests his strength. Nope. Not happening. Woo! Alright. So far Triple H, not really a factor here. And Chris Jericho... Chris Jericho. Whoa there. Going for the 619. What is he doing here? Booyaka, booyaka. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I am just not doing great. Nope. Grapple the man. There we go. Now finish the man. Oh, what's that? Almost center of the ring. Salt Shaker. 1.5. Is it enough to put away the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla? No, it is not. Not hardly. That's okay. Boom. Enzuigiri. Yeah, so be very curious to see what happens tonight on SmackDown. And if we finally get some Lana, you've been waiting so long. You've been so patient for Lana Lena. I have my doubts. But, it's not like the New Day where Kofi is recovering from, an injury, and that's the only reason that they haven't put them on SmackDown yet. Lana's healthy. It's just, she's not, I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is, but also, I kind of don't care. I just want it to happen, and then either succeed or flop, and then move on. Because it's just, stop airing the vignettes. All I'm saying. Don't need them. We know. Lana is coming. For real. Chris Jericho. Stop reversing my Almost cursed there. Almost cursed there. Woo! Phenomenal. Phenomenal! Oh. Referees in this game are so lenient. So lenient. That they overlook any shots to the groin area. That should do it, right? 2, a 3. And there we go. Beat Chris Jericho again for the third time. Which means that... see? It doesn't matter. Win or lose, it doesn't matter.
And no one's doing a thing about it. Someone's got to take control of the situation. And I mean now.
Jim Ross making me work extra hard to edit out all of his D words. Oh. Mankind? He's the GM?
Mankind? Where did he come from? It's been years since that idiotic psychopath showed his mask around here.
He's a WWE legend.
Dirty Deeds, I mean, double underhook DDT, or whatever Mankind called that when he was Mankind. I forget. Is it time for Sacco? No, I guess not.
There goes Triple H! What's gonna happen now?
Obviously, Mankind's the GM. Obviously.
And now it's the mouth of the
Wait,
South.
what?
Jimmy Hart?
Okay, now I'm
I
confused.
can't believe what I'm seeing.
Why is...
Like I said earlier, Mr.
Is Hulk
McMahon
Hogan
has
the
important
GM
announcements
here?
tonight, and he can't be happy that Jimmy Hart and Mankind have just invaded his ring.
Really confused.
Ever since the World Heavyweight title has returned to Raw, it's been nothing but chaos around here. Raw needs a general manager who can restore order. So by the power of Mr. McMahon and this megaphone, that person is none other than myself, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
What? You gotta be kidding me. That loudmouth Jimmy Hart is the Raw general
Why?
manager? I knew I should have kept the job a few more weeks.
That can't be
Gene,
it.
you said yourself, that wasn't a job for you. Besides, Jimmy Hart has a long history in this business. He can make a fine general manager, in my view.
Now, Mankind, I want to thank you for showing up here tonight, 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. When Mr. McMahon made me the general manager, he warned me that I might need some muscle to keep order around here. And well, you were available. That's why I'm asking you to be the new sheriff of Raw, Daddy-O.
Jimmy Hart, when you asked me to sign up as sheriff, my first reaction was to respectfully decline your offer. After all, I've enjoyed a blissful retirement, a boiler room maintenance, amateur taxidermy, and masterpiece theater. But having seen Raw over the last few weeks, I agree that it doesn't do this show any good to have the inmates run the asylum. And frankly, being somewhat of an authority on asylums myself, I know of what I speak. In fact, I have to agree with you that as an unstable, unpredictable, sadistic, 287-pound best-selling author with a bachelor's degree and 1.5 years, I'm perfectly qualified for the job. I accept.
What is even...
And as for you...
Yeah, me.
You've got yourself a shot at the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. As a matter of fact, I've got great memories of main events like that myself. But you'll have to forgive me if I can't remember exactly whose they are. And next week, as a special sneak preview, you and I are going to have a tag team match against the very same SOBs we just
Good.
That is, if they have the testicular fortitude to get into the ring
Right,
against
Brouts.
even odds for a change. So as the new Sheriff of Raw,
No!
I've got 6 words for you. Or make that 5, including one with a hyphen I'd like to borrow from a certain prickly acquaintance of mine. Bang, bang! Have a nice day!
Have a nice
The new
day!
general manager of Raw is Jimmy Hart, and his new sheriff is Mankind. And he's going to partner up with the #1 contender next week. Can you believe it, King?
Normally, I trust Mr. McMahon's judgment, JR. But I think those two running Raw is a train wreck waiting to happen.
Of all the people that you could have in this game to pick as the new GM for your Raw story mode, you picked the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. I am baffled. I did not see that coming, so I guess surprises are always good. Anyway, I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day, and I'll see you next time. Right here on this channel, and I'm out.